Hello, hello. Welcome to another session for the Microsoft Ignite. I hope you have had really good day so far. This session we are going to be creating a Microsoft app or like any app without having a CS degree using Power Apps. So you're going to have an introduction on how to use Power Apps and how you can actually present that better. This session follows a Microsoft Digital Event Code of Conduct that Kyle posted already for us on the chat. So please take a look at that and make sure that we are following that up. It's just basically be kind of one another. Dawood Idris is going to be presenting for us. He's one of our student ambassadors. So Dawood is with you now. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm truly excited to be here today and welcome you all to Microsoft Ignite. As Gabriel mentioned that my name is Dawood Idris, and today I'll be taking you through how you can create great apps without CS degree using Microsoft Power Apps. And I'm personally attached to this platform because in my first year of software development, I think I wasted first year and second year trying to figure out how I can create a CRAD application, an application that can do create, read, update, and delete, right? Because I could do the static ones, but how to actually, create like functional ones so that it can save, edit, and I'll be able to delete was actually a challenge. But today, when you take Microsoft Power Apps, you would realize you have a lot of power at your hand. So let's see how exactly and what are we going to do today. So we are going to look at what is Power Apps, and in looking at what is Power Apps, we would consider some of the good stuff that you can leverage on when you open Power Apps, and we will look at some demos. Okay, so there's one demo here, but I have two demos for you. I guess. And then also, lastly, I would guide you on, what are some of the things that you can take away in your Power Apps journey. And I'm super excited to do this with you. And so what is Microsoft Power Apps? Microsoft Power Apps is made up of a lot of, other components coming together to provide you a platform where anyone, literally anyone, whether you are a pro, whether you are a beginner, you can easily jump on and then, be able to create an application without any coding experience. And if you are actually a software developer or if you're a pro, then you realize that Power Apps would actually solve you a ton of time. So now that we want to leverage on Power Apps, what exactly is Power Apps? I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, and you might have, have an encounter with it, or you just heard the name and you want to explore it. When a friend heard of Power Apps, the person told me that, he wanted to build a complex application. He wanted to build an application, a very rapid process. And it took him some time to do that. And someone just said, hey, why don't you use Power Apps? So Microsoft Power Apps can help you build, mobile and then web applications. And if you're a beginner with no coding experience, Microsoft Power Apps is still for you. It comes with a drag and drop interface that, you're able to pull out that I want an image here and I want a button here and I want when a user clicks here, it should go there. It gives you that kind of, feel for you to be able to drag controls and then just drop them on, your gallery. Okay. And also Microsoft Power Apps comes in with an Excel-like formula bar that allows you to, do more complex stuff. So if, the simple stuff you're doing is not okay for you yet, I mean, you can, dive deeper and then be able to do more complex, things or write some logic. And you remember how the Excel formula bar looks like when you say C and then you want to add, another column to it. Immediately you add that particular column, you will see it in function like, the result appearing in real time. And if you have a coding background, what about those of us who are software developers? If you have a coding background, you can extend Power Apps and you can create, customized connectors and you get a whole lot if you are, you know, a pro developer. But if you are still a beginner, trust me, you'll be able to get yourself running very quickly. So the Power Platform is made for everyone to be able to solve, you know, simple problem to complex one, and it shapes in with templates to help you get started quickly. We also have, you know, connectors that you will be familiar with. For example, you can see Facebook over here. It comes in with a drag and drop interface, like I mentioned. So just drag whatever input you need, just drag it and then drop it on your art, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, and if you want to explore more, then you use the formula bar, like I said. We will see this in action pretty soon. So what are some of the templates available, and why would you reach out to template? Templates are great to start if you're a beginner because it comes in with already built app for you. So all you need to do is to go in and then tweak it a little bit to customize it however you want it, and then use it to help your organization. And you can also learn how to wire up your own data source, considering that you check how exactly the templates are built. So it's really good to look into someone's work if you are beginning to be able to do yours. So templates are good. The second thing you should know about is that you can connect to a huge amount of data sources. Okay, so over 300 plus of connectors are available for you. And if you are an advanced developer, or even if you have more experience in Power Apps, then you can reach out to looking at what are some of the things that I can do on my own. So you can build your own custom connectors as well. Okay, and let's look at some example of templates. Okay, so I'm just going to move to here. I open up some samples of template that can help you. So let me check that out here. Cool. Okay, so you can see the number of templates available here are really huge. We have, we have a lot of connectors, yeah, that would help you. In this case, we'll be using Microsoft Excel as, our data source. And even if you are an AI, you want to do more stuff with, custom vision, you can still connect your Power Apps to anything at all. Virtually, if you can build an API, you can connect it together. Okay, so let's look at what are some of the things that we would be doing today. Okay, so over here, I have some files. We have the flooring estimates file over here. I'm just going to open it for you to see. Okay, check in here. You can see that it has name, category, a price, and this is normal Excel sheet. Has name, category, price, image, and overview. Okay, so these are cool stuff. Okay, let's say you want to build Power Apps. Do not worry about this ID field. It comes in with Power Apps. Okay, so let's imagine that you want to build an application. Your organization, you have an Excel sheet, and it might have a roster of people within the organization, and you quickly need to convert it to an app so that anyone can quickly search for a particular person within the organization. How would you be able to do this? Okay, so you go to make.powerapp.com, sign in with an Office account, and I'll show you. If you do not have Office accounts, don't worry, I'll show you how you can get one at the tail end. So when you get to the make.powerapp.com, you will see this interface. It tells you that there are 3 ways you can build an app: Canvas app from blank, model-driven app from blank, and portal from blank. Today we'll be focused on the Canvas app from blank. Okay, so imagine that I have an Excel, sheet sitting in my Office OneDrive account. I would simply click on that, Excel online, and once I click, it would send me to be able to open my Excel OneDrive account and then power it up with Power Apps. So I'm just going to do that for you to see here. Okay, just a second. We will be there soon. Okay, so you might want to save this link so you check up on some of the connectors to look at when you are building your Power Apps. Okay, so yeah, I do have a connection to my account over here, and you can see it shows me in my OneDrive account, it shows me that I have flooring estimates, Excel sheet. I'll click on it, it will show me the tables that, are within the Excel sheet. So you need to convert the data into, like a table, Excel table, and then you will be able to link it. So now I have Florian estimate the same data. I will just connect to it. Okay, this is just going to take some few seconds and we'll be good to go. Okay, just some seconds. Okay, and we will leave Power Apps to do its magic. Remember, all that we did is we went to make.powerapp.com, clicked on the Excel connector, and then it's opened up another window for us, and we were able to select the Excel sheet that we want to build our app from, and there we go. We are good. Okay, so it's still going to load. So we'll leave AI to do its magic, and you can see here. Okay, we already have Power Apps. Okay, I'm just going to preview this. So this, I couldn't do it in the first year of my software development career. So, and you're able to do it within a same click. Okay, so see in here, you can try you want. Maybe this is carpet on, I don't know. You can edit it, and it will take some few seconds. And okay, so one quick thing you need to know is that you don't need to open the Excel sheet. If it's still open, it's not going to work. Okay, so okay, I've closed it. I'll try saving again, and you can see that it has it should save, right? Okay, let's give it a try again. So yeah, you can see the Excel on has saved here. Let's assume that I want to add a new record, so a category, I don't know, maybe Surface devices. I would click here. Oh no, I think I should have used a logo instead. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down a bit to the MS LRN logo. Okay, and I will give it a name. Say this is logo, and then I'll click, give it, any overview. This is a logo, and I'll give it a price. So this is the price, and I'll click on that. Okay, so this will take some few seconds, and you see I've created an app. Okay, now where do I find my logo? I can search in here to say I want the logo category. Okay, and you can see it here. Now when I click there, I can now edit this app and give it Surface logo. Okay, and I can add, probably edit this price. Okay, by the way, the Microsoft LRN logo is not for sale. So when I'm done, I can also delete this record from there. So you can see how Power Apps help us to be able to build application from scratch with our Excel sheet. Now I'm going to show you one more app for us to build. Here is a research app, as you saw. So I'm just going to open this app for you to see. So imagine that you are in an institution and you are doing a research and you simply want to be able to add some few details that will get you up and running, right? And you'll be wondering, how do I, create an app that can help everyone within the institution so that they'll simply take this application and be able to key in some of the useful links that they find online and all that, okay, all that good stuff. So imagine that I've found a link like this connectors. I will take the link up and I'll paste it inside this app. Okay, and I would click to go to add more details. Okay, so I'll give it a link name. I think it's connectors. Let me give it a better Power App. And I'll give it a project name, whatever project name is. Cool. And I'll give it project category, maybe apps. And I'll give it a topic, building Power Apps. Okay, I used to spell this. Okay, and I'll give it a little note if I do want to, and I'll click on the save button. Okay, and this would quickly save my application for me. Okay, so within my organization, anyone can take this app and be able to build it. Okay, so you can see that I did not close that one more time, and it would, cry a bit because it can't save that particular data for me. Okay, so let's get back again. And that is how I can create, a new application. I can add some resource. Now let's go check out how, what code is running all this behind the scenes. So I'll click on the edit. Okay. All right. We're running out of time. I should be good to go in just some few seconds for us to end. Sorry, we had to delay at the beginning. Okay. Okay, so it's loading up, and it's going to open this app for me so that I'll be able to edit the application, customize it however I want it to be. So we're just going to go through very quickly how this app is, actually being, created. Okay, so just like the other one we had over here with our Power Apps, you can see that it created some sort of screens for us. So this was the browser screen, and this is the detail screen, and this was the edit screen. For every screen that we open, we will see all the items and all the controls that come together to be able to build our application. And here would give us, what particular data source are we using, what data are we connecting to. We can check it out from here. That's really, really cool as well. So you can see it's giving us that this is connected from OneDrive for Business. I'm off again. Am I? I think I'm off again.
You're still good.
I'm still good. Oh, I heard my network just crying. Okay, so I was just showing you up here that you can see the data source that we are connected to. And again, all the things that you need to do is entirely up to you, however you want to build your application. So we have detail screen, we have the edit screen. And when I go to the browse screen, so this is it. When I go to the detail screen, this is it. When I go to the edit screen, this is how it looks like, right? And all of them can give me a way that I can customize whatever I want. So for example, over here, I want to change maybe the name from Flooring Estimates. So I will say Flooring Estimates app. And that is all. I mean, I'm good to go. It would reflect in real time, and I'm done creating my app again. I've edited it how it's supposed to be, and we're good with that. So I was trying to open here for you to see that it is just similar thing happening here at the background. So for example, when we click on here, this particular button, it then opens up, it navigates us to the My Research. And also we can do, fun stuff with it. Over here, we can change the color. What default color do we want to display here? We can change all that, how we want it to be. So these are really cool stuff that you can do with Microsoft Power Apps. Then switch. So this, for instance, okay. I'm just going to use this field. Okay. And I've changed this. I can, whoever is using this application within our organization would also get the changes displayed for them as well. Okay. So these are like really cool ways that you can start your way with, Power Apps. And if you want to start with templates, it's quite easy. When you come here on the Power App, you can simply click on all templates, and that would get you going. So I think they're running out of time. So let me just show you one way that you can, get started by yourself. So these are some of the resources to help you. You can visit this link. This would give you, a trial account for you to be able to try out Power Apps however you want it. So you don't need to start paying immediately. Microsoft understands that you need to maybe experience it, just play around with it before you purchase it. And if you are a student, you can apply for the Microsoft Student Ambassador Program, which I am one. And then you'll get tons of resources, including Office 365, to be able to run this Power Apps. And also, if you want to check up, you might want to check up on, the learning path, Microsoft Learn, and then see getting started and how to create a Canvas app on Microsoft Learn. Just follow this link. And also, there are tons of videos over here your journey on Power Apps. And these are some resources that you can keep you going. So these are the you can open some templates over here, and also you can find out sample applications over here, and you can also check out on some of the user groups, and user groups are good way for you to learn, because you would have friends who would be able to help you. And by just using the Power Addict handle on Twitter, you'll be able to find people. Just tweet and ask your question, and you'll find tons of people reaching out to you to help you. So they are like great help over there for you. So we've taken much time from the internet getting messed up. So I'm just going to be open up for some few questions, and then we'll be good to go.
Thank you, Dorothy. Some questions that have been coming, that's quite a lot of action on the Q&A here, but a lot of people are asking how they can get more Power Apps training and things like that. I think you just show that up, but if we can click one of those links so we can actually see what the training is on that one, or show a little bit about where they can actually get training and get started on that.
Awesome. I'm just going to click on these two links. Okay. So let's click on this. Sorry, just open this a bit. So click on this and click on that link too for us to see it in action. But when you visit Microsoft Learn, you have great, documentation, interactive documentation that would help you to be able to learn. And also when you visit the Power Apps gallery, you'll be able to get some help over there. So check out here is the Microsoft Learn resources that can help you to quickly get started. So over here you can see Introduction to Power Platform, Getting Started, and I'll personally recommend that you try and create a Canvas app in Power Apps, and you will find the Excel sheet that I worked with over there.
Okay, thank you so much. So for those, for those that don't know Microsoft Learn, there's a lot of different courses about multiple technologies there. So if you just search for Microsoft Learn, there's a lot of things there, especially for Power Apps. There is step-by-step instructions. We have been posting some of those links in the questions too. So if you have some doubts, you can see there too on the Power Apps there. There's some other questions that, did you create this app or you were using a template for that, to start the app that you do? Yeah, and if you can talk a little bit about templates, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think I demoed two apps. One was Excel app, and then one was also the research app. So the research app was created by Tasha, Microsoft employee who created this app quickly, but it was from blank. And it's super cool that you'll be able to create it yourself too. So do not worry, just check up on the Power Apps gallery and then check it out. Like tons of videos that can help you. You can also stay in touch with me, Dawood Idris, on YouTube and anywhere at all. Tweet at me, call me on, and I'll get some videos up for you. But I do have some cool Power Apps project that I've done, and you should check up on my channel too.
Oh, great. So
one of it was created actually. Yeah.
Yep. So another question that have been coming here is about database access. So if we are doing database access, how can I make sure that I do not accidentally share all my database with someone, that I only allow them to do a subset of operations on my data instead of actually sharing the whole database?
Okay, instead of actually sharing the whole database. So I think one good way is that Power Apps enable you to connect via API. So you can build your custom connectors to be able to, connect to any application that you might have built. That specific, data, and not all the, database. So you can actually do that as well. There might be other answers too, I'm sure, but these are the great ways I think you can connect to some specific data within that you want to access.
And if your Power App's only listing things, the only thing that someone that's using the app can do, you should list that and browse that on or click on things like that. It's not like they can open the Power App and do a arbitrary arbitrary query on your data. So yeah, that's quite a safe way for you to actually expose a little bit more of your database. One other question here from Enrico. It's possible to use buttons and, for instance, to toggle the color of a canvas or clicks. About using buttons to toggle colors and things like that.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Is it possible to?
Yeah, it's more about like customizing the colors and appearance by like actions, like someone click on a button and change the color of a canvas or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that are not directly related to data. That's more a thing like that.
Okay, that's more of like UI stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's super easy for you. It's super, let me not say, but it's super. You can see here, if you are already familiar with RGB, you can change this to any color at all you want. So these are all things that are like powering up the colors and the UI. For every control that you click on, this is, if you use Visual Basic before, you will realize that this is just similar to Visual Basic. Let me click here again one more time.
I think
when we click on it,
the question is more about like, can I make this change on the click of a button or something like that? Can I make this color change when there's a click of a button or something like
that? Okay, so if I'm getting the question right, he wants to be able to make like a change on the UI within a click of a button. Is that it?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, so it's all about, clicking the exact place you want to be able to make change. For example, here, and when you click there, then you can, go deeper to change whatever controls that you want. Or you can also see the formula bar would give you a hint of what to do to be able to change whatever you want. So these are the ways that I think you can create, change and customize your UIs. These are what I know, but I'm sure maybe there might be some other answers. But this is, fun, right?
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, I think everyone can actually just play around with that. It's quite easy for you to get started. Thank you so much for your presentation, Dwala, and everyone else. There's Microsoft Learn, or you can hit up and send some more questions. We try to wrap it up and actually put some answers here. But thank you so much for the presentation, Dwala. Thank you, everyone that actually was part here. And that's all. Hope you enjoy your next session. Thank you.